one of the options given to us by the Lord is we have no option. In one of the kitchens, I entered somebody's house. Very intelligent people have intelligent kitchen. And there on the fridge it was written, you have entered an area of no choice. Eat what is given to you. If you don't like, even then eat. In the same manner. We have been given zero choice in this world, whether we will live today or tomorrow or yesterday. There is no choice. We all have to live today without any choice given to us. First. Second thing, we live today and nahi kaschit kshanam api jatu tishtati akarmakrut. We can't keep quiet. We will have to do something or the other. See, you must have seen many people when they sit, there is nothing to do, everything is going all right, they start doing like this thing. Now what is this? I'm so sorry. Today I received one comment on my blog from one person. Swamiji, I have been listening to you and reading you a lot. I have got one complaint against you. First of all, why do you play with your beard? All the time. And then he gave me a caution. Don't laugh it off. I want a serious answer for this. So he became so serious about my beard. See? Then the second question was, see, again it goes here, what can I do? It's not my fault. One girl also asked me this time, sometime in one medical college, Swamiji, why do you do all the time with your beard? I said, are you jealous or what? You don't have one? See, it is so simple. Therefore, the second question was that when you are talking, in your video, never any audience comes, only your face comes. So I wrote him, in that case, if you are tired of looking at me, close your eyes and keep listening. See, what is required is, we have to give ourselves a zero choice. The moment we give ourselves a zero choice, we are 100% happy. It's a very peculiar mathematics. Suppose, why suppose is your daily experience, whenever you have to go for any function, marriage or death ceremony, both are equal, of course. So, there was a man who was going by a plane. He was just going to board. And he got a voice, All India Radio, Akashvani. Don't get into this plane. It's going to crash. So he went back. He made some excuse and didn't go. And the plane crashed. Then he has to go somewhere. So he booked a ticket by train. The moment he was getting into the train, another same voice. Don't get into this train. It's going to get into accident. He withdrew. Then he got into the Volvo bus. The moment he got there, again the same voice. Don't get into this. You are going to die because this bus is going to be crashed. He came out and shouted, hey, whosoever you may be, where were you when I got married? So, the question is, do we have any choice? We cannot live yesterday, we cannot live tomorrow, and we have no choice whether we have to act or don't act. See, If we understand the genesis of action, we come to know whenever there is a sense of incompleteness, condition number 1. Condition number 2, when there is a sense of otherness, condition number 3, we imagine that if I get that particular thing, then I will be complete. So what is our effort? Mathematically wrong effort. Summation of the finite is equal to infinite. It is not possible. But what do? We spend our whole life in fulfilling our desires, not knowing fulfillment of desires is not equal to fulfillment in life. This is the most important equation to be known. See? But then what do? Imagine, see, I am not having a house, what to do. So, whole life you spend in the government quarters. In the old age, instead of enjoying going from one place to another, instead of that, we start constructing a house. What for? See? नहीं, अपना घर होना चाहिए. Then in the old age, instead of doing Ram, 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 you start counting how many donkeys cement have come, how many donkeys the bricks have come, how many donkeys the reti, the balu has come. In this manner, we go on doing unwanted things. See, friends. Therefore, here the teacher says, if act we have to, then how do we act? So two things we have seen. One, we have no choice but to act. Second, we have no choice but to live in the present. And when we act, we get caught up in our own activity. See? How we get caught up in our own activity? One example will make it clear. I am very lazy and I don't like cutting fruits and all kinds of things. Anything which soils my hands, I don't like. So food also I like to eat only with the spoon. Not with the hand. I feel so dirty. So once I had to eat fruits for some reason. And there was one old man with whom I was staying. And he was very particular about everything, particularly cutting fruits. That was his passion. I don't know how people have passion for funny things, but he had that. Then I said, if I tell him, he will not do it. The best way is I took that bag as it is, without washing, and sat before him, took the knife without washing, and just a newspaper, opened it, and started. Mama, I used to call him Mama. Mama, will you like to eat? Stop that! I stopped. This is not the way. I kept quiet. When you can act dumb, you are always benefited. When you act smart, you are a loser. Never act smart in this world. Act dumb. These are the secrets of living. See? So I became dumb. I am a very good actor. Being devotee of Bhagavan Krishna, I can act. He got up. He was doing some work. He just left it, got up, took everything from my hand, looking at me with anger. And I was dumb. Dumb people don't get affected. That is called, in technical terms, Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means the one who doesn't get affected. Dukkheshu anudvignamana sukheshu vigitaspruhaha. See, vitaraga bhaya krodaha dumb iti uchyate. So he went and washed everything and came. Look here, this is how it is cut. He was cutting and I was eating. How beautiful it is. So, because he is very much interested in a particular type of job, wherever he will go, that job will hunt him and go to him. See? So, 3 points. One, we have no choice but to live in the present. Second, we have to keep on acting, doing something or the other because we cannot keep quiet. And third thing, in our own actions we get involved. Like, one father told me, Swami, pata nahi kya kare, why my son is like that? I said, do you know who is the son? A son is a person born to you from whom you have taken a lot of money in your last life, but never returned. So in this life, he has come to encash with interest. This is how it is. Now where will you go? So you can't avoid. Jaun to jaun kahan? Suffer silently. So this is the situation of our life. Then the question is it that punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam? Are we going to suffer throughout life? Are we born to suffer in this world? See, friends. Then the question is, how do we do what is to be done? Here, Bhagwan gives in the 3rd chapter most beautiful technique. Yajñarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma vandanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. This is the technique, very simple technique. Karma yoga is not yoga of action. Karma yoga is yoga in action. And it is the attitude behind the action which determines whether karma is a yoga or karma is a roga. Those who are workaholics, they are suffering from karma roga. And those who are karma yogi, out of them a tremendous amount of work comes out and yet they are all relaxed. See, if we simply want to read the recorded, published material about the life of Swami Vivekananda, our whole life will not be enough. But within that 15 years of time of his life, how much work he has produced. And yet he was relaxed. Because he was not working. Work was coming out of him like a fragrance come out of a flower. See, friends. So whenever there is tiredness associated in our life, we are suffering from the virus infection called as, these days, everything is electronic, is it not? Email, then e-commerce. One girl named her child in Bangalore, a softy girl. Swamiji, this is my son, please bless. I said, first tell his name. His name is Ishan. I asked, are you a software engineer? Yes, Swamiji, how do you know? I said, don't ask questions. Yes or no? Yes. Your husband is also a software engineer? Yes. I said, that is why you have named your son Ishan. Why? Like email, Ishan. Can't you find out any other name in the world? See? So when we get involved in this world, we get tired, exhausted, because with our activity, the I is associated. If actions are without association of doership, it is called as freedom in action. See, friends. And therefore, what is the technique? The teacher says, Yajñarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Whenever we do anything, keeping in view the loss and gain, we are bound to be caught up. I'll give you one simplest principle. If you follow that in your life will be best. What is that principle? We are all the time doing only one thing, and that is time pass. See, what is a time pass? Then you will understand, when I say in English time pass, you take it as a joke. But when the same thing is said by great masters in Sanskrit, it is called as the wisdom. See the tragedy. See? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked, Bhagwan, why do you take Lord's name all the time? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Why do you do that? He told in Sanskrit, Kalakshepanartham. Because it is in Sanskrit, it is truth. But the same thing translated in English, for time pass, it becomes a bluff. See, friends, understand the principle of time pass. One day, I was somebody's house as usual for food. And that is my sadhana. People ask me, Swamiji, what sadhana you do? I said, 3 7, 365 times I take food in different houses. And what will go inside? Even Bhagwan gets confused because he said, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ajrita. Sometime Dhokla comes, next time Idli comes, third time some Rasgulla comes, and he gets confused. Are ek to khao. That is my sadhana. So when I went to somebody's house, and there was some time, Swamiji, I'll take 15 minutes, will you mind? I said, no, it's okay, I got something to play with. So she had a son, about 8, 9 years. Swamiji, can you play carom? I said, no, you teach me, I can play. And that boy was so smart. That he was taking, And I was thinking, this fellow is going to defeat me. Then I started playing Krishna tricks. So when he was playing, I will ask him, I say, whose picture is that? When he looks that way, I'll take 2 things and put in my. So I was just doing, and once when I was doing, I was caught. And then he started crying, Mom, Swamiji is cheating. And I said, don't cry, man. You can still have a chance. You play now. You will win. I bless you. Really? Yes. You see power of my blessing. And then when he started playing, slowly, I started pushing my coins in his pocket. And he was winning. He was so happy. Now tell me, when I was playing with that child, what for I was playing? I had to wait 15 minutes till the food comes. Isn't it? Now that 15 minutes, how do I do? I become very serious. 15 minutes, let us do meditation and suffer silently. खाने में क्या बनाया होगा? See? I tell you, all those who do meditation, they suffer silently. Nothing they do. That is why, all the meditation classes, when they have got, now we'll sit for meditation, everybody becomes so serious and put on this thing. And if you are in the Western world, support here, support there, all kinds of supports, Like, the supports which are around the building, when the people climb to do something there, like that, and they sit down. Now, switch off the light and sit quiet. One person asked me, Swamiji, your meditation, you don't switch off the light. Why they switch off? I said, you ask them, I don't know. No, but you must be knowing. I said, yes, I know. What is the reason? Parasparam soyantaha. So, the students also sleep, the teacher also sleeps, and when the meditation is over, everybody is awakened from the sleep, not to the reality. Maharaj. So when I was playing with that child, it was only for a time pass. Now what is the time pass therefore? Dukkheshu anudvigna mana sukheshu vigata spruha. See, when he was winning and when I was getting defeated, or when I was winning and he was getting defeated, both were equal to me, is it not? The principle of Bhagavad Gita is only time pass. See, sukha dukkhe same krutva, labha labhau, jaya jayau, tato yuddhayu yujjasva, naivam papam avapsasi. When you live in this world, there are 2 possibilities. Jaya jayau. Either we are able to be a conqueror or the losers. Jaya parajaya. When we win, we gain. When we don't win, we lose. And when we gain, we are happy. When we lose, we are miserable. Now what Bhagavan says, Sukha dukkhe same krutva, means what? Joy and sorrows are same. See? Then, Jaya Jayo, victory and defeat is same. The gain and loss is same. Then what for you are doing? What you are doing? By keeping this principle in mind, you just get yourself involved fully in this world, and yet na evam papam avapsasi. You shall not incur any sin. What is the meaning of sin? Your mind will remain free from any dent or dots as a result of your own activities. That lifestyle wherein We are actively involved in this world, but our involvement does not pollute the beauty of our own heart. That technique is called as Karma Yoga. See? And for that the teacher has given us this technique. Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Whenever we are living our life in keeping in view the loss and the gain, what will I get? There was one Sethji Baniya, and this happened in Vrindavan. All the Mahatmas were sitting, satsang, and this person came. Maharaj ji, I got a question. हाँ, क्या क्वेश्चन है? भगवान का नाम लेने से क्या मिलता है? So that Mahatma ji was puckered brand. He said, तू बनिया है क्या रे? क्या मिलता है? When everything happens completely, then the Lord's name comes in our mouth. See, Lord's name is not the means only, it is the means and the goal. See, therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Whenever we are acting selfishly, then alone there is karma bandhan, bondage born out of action. See? And when we are doing the karma for the sake of yajna, now yajna can be understood in two ways. One is the external participation in the world, keeping our selfishness aside. See, I was talking yesterday when I was going our Patel Saab to Chang's Engineering College, such a beautiful place. Today I read in the paper that the girl from that institution has come first and 5 others in the merit. So, when I was going, I was talking to him that what we really lack in our country or society is we have been always unfortunate not to get a good leader. We have everything except a good leader. And who is a good leader then? A good leader has to have 2 minimum basic essential qualifications. No compromise in that. One is the authority invested in him. And second is equal or more intense dispassion. If these 2 things are not there, then what happens? Authority is invoked for the selfishness and the corruption crosses the limits. Or the other extreme. There is only dispassion. For me, for example, only dispassion, no authority. So I tell people, Arey Baba, switch off your phone. Who are you to tell me? Because I have no authority. Think, friends. Therefore, an ideal leader can be born only if these 2 qualities are existing simultaneously. One is the authority to rule, and second is the dispassion which rules our heart. When these 2 things come together, we have understood the principle of yajna. Yajna arthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. But whenever we are doing it for our own sake, then only selfishness and the stink of selling the fish starts coming out of our character. Therefore, friends, yajna has 2 aspects. One is participation in the world in such a manner that we give more than what we take from the society. That spirit is called as the yajna. See? In our Nayarji's office, there is one board. I like that board very much. Every time I tell him, he tells he will give me, but he has never given so far. It is written there, give the world more than what they expect from you. How beautiful it is. Once this principle of giving more and more takes root in our heart, we are following the creed of Bhagavan Krishna. See, friends, yajna is this spirit. Let us not ask what the government has given us. What we have given to the world, that is more important. This is the active part of the yajna. And second is the knowledge part of the yajna. Now what is the knowledge part? The knowledge part is, yajna is one of the names of the Lord. If you have read, you must have read Vishnu Sahasranam, There are 1000 names. One of the names is Om Yajnaya Namaha. So Yajnarthat Karmanonyatra. Whenever the karma is done for the sake of the Lord, means what? First we are told, Yajna means fulfill your duties. Yesterday we have seen Karmanye Vadikaraste Mahafalechu Kadachana. So fulfilling the duty is one aspect of leading a dignified life. But when we are keeping ourselves busy fulfilling our duties, what happens? Unknowingly we develop a virus in our system called as the ego. I have done this thing. I am like that. I am not like others. I am very good. And I know nothing else. To remove this I from our system, we have to convert the duty-oriented lifestyle into devotion-oriented lifestyle. In doing the duties, I become strengthened. In devotion, the I is surrendered. See, friends. Therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra. So, these two thoughts together now. First, lead your life duty-oriented. Second thing, when you are fulfilling your duty, you are not obliging anyone. It is your own need that you work in this world. Because there is no choice. See, friends. Every time I come here, Nayarji and these people tell, oh, we are thankful to Swamiji, he has come taking very precious time from his life. I have no precious time. I have to somehow or the other fill in 365 days till I die. I come here not because any one of the Ahmedabadis need. Nobody could improve Ahmedabadi so far. Will I improve? See, then why do I come? It is my need. Because if I don't come and talk to you on these thoughts, I will myself get lost in this world. Therefore, first duty orientation, but the duty should not be allowed only as a duty, but should be done as a devotion. And friends, see what change it brings. Whenever you do anything out of devotion, the following things happen. Number one, you are inspired whenever you are doing out of devotion. See? Today I went to somebody's house. That lady never cooks in her life. But today I was told, Swamiji, today I have cooked. And yet the food was good. See, can there be a better joke than this? But the food was good. Now the question came from her husband, how come you cook the food today very good? When you cook for me, it is so horrible. The question is, husband, ghar ki murgi dal barabar. Or Babaji come once in a while, so great love, respect, inspiration. Whenever we do anything out of inspiration, we outwit our own performance. See? Second thing, whenever we are doing anything out of love or devotion, we are not tired. See? Like, the mothers, they love their children. They are not tired glorifying that dumb child. I have to go through all these tortures throughout my life. I don't know if I told you, I went to somebody's house, a Gujarati family, young couple, and they had first child. So I was called, somebody please come and see, now he's 6-8 months and all that. I said, okay, I went. And when I was there, she was doing some cooking. This happened in Bombay. So Swamiji, I will take another 20 minutes till by the time he also comes and then we'll eat. I said, okay, I don't need you, I'll play with the child. And I was playing with the child. Now with that useless child, what can I talk to him? Can I talk to him Brahma Sutra? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. What can I talk to him? He is already Brahman. He doesn't require Jigyasa. So I was playing and that child also made similar kind of noise. Meaningless noise. So I asked, I said, hey mama, what he is telling? Swamiji, he is telling, I love mummy. I don't know where from this mother's gate meaning out of the meaningless blabberings. Okay. After some time, the husband also came. And when the husband came, he also watched everything and went to the child. How is my baby? And the child made some other noise. He doesn't know what noise he is making. So when he made another noise, I asked, hey, what did he say? Swamiji, he makes all nonsense noises. I don't know what he says. Then I asked, Mama, now what he said? Oh, Swamiji, he said, now I don't like Papa. Where there is love, the meaningless blabbering gathers meaning, is it not? See, friends, this is the principle of life. Whenever we misunderstand anybody, it's a clear understanding. We lack love in our heart. And where there is a desert, that heart can never have the warmth and the joy of loving somebody. See, friends. Therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra means what? Whenever we are doing anything for the sake of the Lord, we will never be tired in life. No great master has ever said, I want to take VRS. See? Have you heard any Mahatmaji have taken VRS? They don't take VRS because they are not working. It is through them that the Lord is functioning. And therefore, yajnarthat karmano nyatra, let us change our attitude behind the action. Earlier attitude was, I am a self-made man, I am very disciplined, I do my duty, blah, blah, blah. Very good. That is required in KG1, KG2. But you can't continue throughout your life in KG1, KG2. See, I asked one man, 35 years old, I said, hey, what are you doing? I am studying in KG1. Why? Now also? Because I like that miss. Is it a way? How long are we going to keep ourselves busy in the karma, karma, karma? We have to graduate and thereafter come to surrender ourselves at the altar of the divine. And when this happens, we are slowly tuning ourselves in his frequency. See, friends, when we tune with the divine frequency, then alone the divine will express through us, is it not? When we have, the iPod frequency tuner with your, car radio, what we do? There is no wire connection, only the frequencies are matched. And when the frequencies, like, this Bluetooth mic and receiver there, all of our whatever doing, only what I am talking, that alone is recorded because there is a match in the frequency. In the same manner, when we match our frequency with the divine will, he alone expresses through us. And that is the ultimate in our life. See, Gita, the pathfinder. What is the path? The path is that which takes us to the goal. And what is the goal? The goal is, let we be a counter through which he is dispensed, rather than we encounter with everything and everybody in this world. See, friends. Therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. So when we are doing anything for the sake of the selfish attainment, we are bound to be successful or failure, and as a result, our mind will be polluted by the dots and dashes of success and failure. But if everything is done for the sake of the Lord, then it is something like this. Suppose I am a taxi driver and I sit and wait for the customer. One customer says, hey, mandir mein chalo, Swami Narayana mandir mein. Hanji, baitho. Then I put the meter and go. And then when I am going in Ahmedabad, when you go, the auto rickshaw fellows, they don't show the direction either by the light or by the hand. They take out the leg. Purva Janma Samskar. They take out the legs. I don't know. It's a unique of Ahmedabad. And when I take in this manner, I put that person in that temple, will I get a merit? Because I have taken a passenger to the temple. What will I get? I will get only the meter reading. Next passenger I get from the temple. Chalo daru ke booth mein. Because from the temple directly there, from the solid spirituality to the liquid spirituality. So I take that customer and take him to the whiskey shop and I drop him there. I get my meter reading. Do I get a sin? No. See? Because I have no purpose either to go to the temple or go to the drinking booth. I am just a carrier. If this is clear, then this principle will be very simple. What is the principle? Once I was having a management gimmick. Management is a gimmick in fact. There is nothing like management. If there is something, it is mismanagement. See? The whole world is suffering only because of mismanagement, which is carried out under the disguise of the MBAs and the managers. Isn't it? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, when a manager is supposed to do something for the betterment of a particular thing, he will use the people, is it not? So, this was the particular topic going on. And they were from the Mahindra and Mahindra, all engineers. And they were newly recruits, about 100, 200 of them. So, I was talking to them and then I said, you all must be screwdriver engineers, is it not? He said, yes, Swami, because in Mahindra and Mahindra, they require basically screwdrivers. They don't require softies. So screwdrivers were there. After whatever I had to say, I finished. One person asked a question. Swami, this is out of the topic, but I just want to know because you are a Swami and I have this doubt. What is the question? Question is, what is the purpose of our life? I said, fortunately, you are a screwdriver engineer, is it not? He said, yes. Now, what is the purpose of the screwdriver? Screwdriver does not have any purpose. The one who wields the screwdriver, he has a purpose. In the same manner, our life has no purpose. The Lord has created us for fulfilling His purpose. See? And then what should be our contribution? We should remain as a fit instrument. Then only His purpose will be fulfilled through us, friends. And therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra means whenever we are doing anything for fulfilling the purpose of our imagination, we are caught up in this world. See, the other day, where it happened, somewhere in South India, I was on the airport, I was going. In Bombay probably, from Cochin to Bombay and again back to Cochin. So about 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I was sitting on the airport. One Sindhi gentleman came and sat and he said, Babaji, Ram Ram. I said, Ram Ram. What is your name? I said, people call me Babaji. You rightly called me Babaji. Who is your Guru? So I touched his feet. I said, you are my Guru Maharaj. Then he asked me another question. What is your headquarter? I said, I don't have quarter head. I always work with a full head. So wherever I am fully available. So this is my headquarter now in front of you. What do you do? I said, I do nothing, therefore I am Babaji. Where is your ashram? I said, wherever I am, there is my ashram. He said, don't you reply anything straight? No, I reply according to requirement. No, I was asking your ashram, etc., so that I know I can visit you. Therefore, I told you. Therefore, I don't have ashram. Because ashram is what? You construct an ashram, become a watchman, and you are sitting in the meditation in the morning, 4 o'clock, and your devotee comes, and Maharaj ji, bathroom mein pani nahi hai. Arey Ram, Ram, Ram. Instead of doing Ram, Ram, you take a bucket and give to that fellow in the bathroom or what? See, friends. Let us understand very clearly. We have only one purpose in life, and that is let Him express through us. And that can happen when we have nothing to achieve, we have nothing to lose. This is the principle of devotion. See? Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana pariyupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yogakshemam vahamyaham means what? Yoga means what we don't have, that I should get. Kshema means whatever I have, that should be protected. See? When I have nothing to gain and nothing to lose in this world, then alone I am a real devotee of the Lord. Till such time, I want to do something and achieve something, I am bound to suffer, get tired, frustrated, and then I think I will take VRS. And thereafter, what will you do? Eat the head of the wife 24 hours at home. See, those gents who stay all the time at home, you ask the ladies, they say, पता नहीं स्वामी जी पिछले जन्म में क्या पाप किया था, ये घर से बाहर जाते ही नहीं. It is such a tragic experience. See? Therefore, yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Let us change our external performance, perfection, and internal attitude, surrender to the Lord. Then, tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Hey Kaunteya, Kunti Putra means what? The one who has got a sharp intellect and understanding, and therefore he is an intelligenter and he is not an intellectual. These two words please understand. Intellectuals are intelligently miserable. See? And intelligent people are never miserable in life. Therefore, hey Arjun, hey Kaunteya, Mukta Sanga Samachara. Mukta Sangha means free from any attachment to whatever you are doing. See, the Paramacharya of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, he has written a very beautiful commentary on the Vivek Chudamani of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. And he has not written on all the 581 verses. He wrote up to some 200-300 verses, and there it was stopped. There are always wise people around to advise the Mahatmas what they should do. So, somebody told, sir, you have written such a good commentary, but it is incomplete, and why don't you complete it? He said, look here, if somebody studies that commentary up to there sincerely, he will not read thereafter. See, these things are not of academic interest, please understand. Those who are leading the spiritual path as an academic interest, they become only erudite scholars and suffer silently. I remember one professor of Vedanta, I won't name you the name and the place and university, when somebody was doing doctorate on the Shatashloki of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. And that lady, she says, Swamiji, I want you also to go through and see. So I said, very good, what I had to see that. Because she has to get degree, why should I worry? So it was done. She got the degree, PhD in Vedanta on the Shatashloki of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. After that was over, then I said, hey, I'd like to meet your Professor Saab, he must be very wise and all that. Finally, interview was fixed, I went to meet all alone. Because I was in different town, she was in different town, professor third town. One day I went. After I went there, I just went and did not even get a seat that please sit down. I was standing. And he started. Finally I said, may I sit here? Yes, please sit. And then started. I have done this thing, so many books I have published, so many PhD students have done this thing, that thing, for 2-3 hours non-stop. Not offering even a glass of water to a visitor. Atithi Devo Bhava. And after 3 hours of non-stop talking, then he said, "Oh, I am only talking, you are not talking anything." I said, when one wise man talks, the other wise man should keep quiet. Therefore, I am keeping quiet. Then he said, I have got one doubt. The doubt is, how do you do japa? Because my mind doesn't go in the japa properly. Can you please tell me? I said, you are very well read. It is said, tad vidhi paripatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. And also Mundaka also said the same. Tad vijnanartham gurumeva abhigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. So you are asking me a question. Therefore, you are my disciple. I am your guru. So you have to accept first that I am your guru. Then I will tell you how to do the japa. Swamiji, I was told you really cut lot of jokes and wit and humor. I said, this is not wit or humor. This is seriously I'm talking. See? Then I asked, don't you have any guru? No, I didn't feel like having any guru. And what you have taught? See, friends, erudition and scholarship, when it gets into our system, we cannot follow the spiritual path. We only go on hair-splitting arguments. Upanishad says, Naisha tarkena matirapaneya. This mati, the intellect which is developed into argumentative field, is not fit for knowing the truth. Bhagavan says in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mam upayantite. That intellect which is trained after devotion to the Lord, that alone can comprehend what the truth is. See, friends. Therefore, mukta sanga samachara. We have to be extremely unattached to whatever we do in this world. Up to a point, it's not, we don't have to have any obsession of completing. No, do your best. And we have to reserve the freedom. Get involved and get withdrawn with a fraction of moment. See? There are different types of attachments. One is karma sakti, where we are obsessed with our involvement in some activities. Second thing is, we have the notion that I alone can do the best, nobody can do like me. Third thing, we have already defined the result of our karma. If that defined result doesn't come, we get disgusted, frustrated. These are all the attachments before the karma is done, during the karma is done, and after the karma is done. All the three types of attachment, mukta sangha. One has to function in this world free from these three kinds of attachments. And if we have to function in this world without attachment, does it mean we should work like the government servants? Because of delaying in taking the right decisions at the right time, that project which costed $1 million today will be costing $10 million if the decision is postponed by one day. Why should I worry? यह भारतीय जनता की संपत्ति है, इसीलिए वहाँ से फैन उठा के घर ले जाओ. No, friends. Samachara. Samachara is our performance must be perfect. There is no compromise. And friends, the joy in doing anything perfectly is supreme. See, this is what in the 4th chapter Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells. Brahmarpanam brahmahavi brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaivate gantavya brahma karma samadhina. We know this mantra, the moment it's in Suru Kodukharan, is not that. Brahma karma samadhina. The one who is in samadhi when he is actively involved in the world because he is in tune with the divine. See, friends. And therefore, samachara means what? Now be very attentive. Normally, what we do, we want to get the results of our action in the future period of time. Take an example. Now I am talking to you, and if I imagine that after my lecture is over, You will all tell me, oh Swamiji, you spoke so well. Thereafter I will become happy. So what I have done? I have postponed my own happiness in the future period of time, number one. Second thing, I have kept the key of my happiness in your pocket. If you don't say, then I will be miserable. Now the other option. At the time of talking to you, at the time of doing any job you do it perfectly and happily. So at the time of talking, if I am happy, nobody can make me miserable. And if you are not happy, it is your choice. I am happy. In the same manner, this is a simple technique. Whatever we do, it must be an expression of happiness. Then alone it will be perfect. See, friends. Therefore, what is the Karma Yoga now? Karma Yoga is expression of happiness through action is Karma Yoga. We are not doing anything under the burden. Gam uthane ke liye maro na. See? Or else we complain to the God. See? दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई तुमको परेशान करने के लिए और क्या है. See? Therefore, यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्त संग समाचर. With this attitude of karma yoga, when we start functioning in this world, then you will see that the net result is our mind remains purer and purer. Now what is a pure mind? The rather purest mind. Purest mind is like a mirror which reflects everything, which rejects nothing, but which retains nothing. A mirror does not have a history. See, friends, the mirror is always in the present. Whether a wise person comes and stands in front of the mirror doesn't feel how lucky I am. Today a wise man has come. He goes away, then the mirror is waiting. Ab kaun aata? Other wise man comes, oh God, this fellow has come. No. In the same manner, let our mind be like that. And when the mind does not carry impressions, then the mind has transcended the limitations of the past, present and the future. See, if you want to understand this principle, do some experiment. But with caution, you will suffer. I was once traveling by train and some huge structure came and sat in front of me. And we are questionable personalities. Therefore, anybody comes, they remember some questions that they start asking us. Otherwise, they are normal. Maybe because they are doubtfuls, so they ask us questions. So, going by train, almost 18 hours of journey. And when he started, Mahatma Ji, Are Baapre, now he will start, he won't stop and ask, Swamiji, where from you are, why you are born, why don't you die, if you are married, why you are married, why don't you get divorced. See, there is no end to these questions. So I said, now how to protect myself? It is for that purpose we carry the mala in our pocket. So like, Chhatrapati Shivaji used to take out the sword. In the same manner, we take out the mala and say, see, I am doing japa, so I will not talk, okay? Excuse me. You please tell from where you have come, all that. And actually, every old man wants only one listener. Nothing. See? Because they have got a long past. So whatever, suppose in your pocket you have got peanuts, can you distribute cashew nuts? You will distribute only peanuts, that is what you have. So old people have only past and no future. Ram Ram. And the youngsters have all the worries about the future. They are not worried about the past. So when these two things come together, there is always a tussle. So when that man came I said, no, please tell about you. After I finish my japa, I will talk to you. And I was not doing japa, only natak. As I told you, I am a good dramatist. Now who can challenge whether I am doing japa or not, being a Babaji? And I was enjoying. He started. Our grandfather used to be in Afghanistan. That means I had to listen now 3 generations. See? And then started, one after another. This happened, that happened, we went here, we went there. Then we went to Peshawar, and from there, Peshawar, we went to Karachi, Karachi to Rawalpindi, and finally India was broken. And then we came to USA, Ulhasnagar Sindhi Association. And after we came to USA, we did this, we did that, this, and then I got married. Now, who is interested whether you get married or you don't get married? But he has to tell, because that is what all he has in his life, nothing else. And after he comes slowly, and then I was having little asthma, so my children told, you go to Delhi, it is a dry place, here you get asthma, and therefore they put me in the train, and in between, to inspire him, I have to say, and he will get more inspired, So that is why I do many times when people go on talking on phone nonsense, I keep my phone down in between acha and I do my work. So that technique I followed. And then I came, and in this train I was lucky to have your company. Really? Then what happened? Then I asked you, but you said you tell about you. Then what happened? Then I was telling you. Then what happened? The moment, friends, you come in the present, you have nothing to talk. We all talk either about our past or we talk about our future. Worry is nothing but an effort to solve the non-existing problems of the future. That is what is worry. And this happens only because our mind is not like a mirror. It is carrying overexposed impressions. See? And therefore, when we sit quiet, can't lie, the mind is running here, there. Therefore, friends, we have to function in this world effectively, perfectly. And what is the perfection in action? Yogaha karmasa kaushalam. Perfection in his action is we perfectly perform in the world, but protect ourselves. See, we have to protect ourselves. And how do we protect ourselves? The mind remains without any impression. And when the mind doesn't gather any impression, there cannot be any reaction. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Sri Krishna defines God realization. Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha shitoshna sukhadukkeshu tatha manapamanayoho. Shita ushna sukhadukkeshu jitatmanaha. When the different kinds of experiences of opposite nature, joy, sorrow, heat, cold, etc., they come, that does not disturb the equanimity and manapamanayoho prashantasya, whether honor or dishonor, it doesn't disturb the inner peace. He is already established in God. Paramatma samahita. See, friends, therefore, the only disease that we all suffer from is the disease from Bengal. You know that? Mamata. Whether you take Karma Yoga, whether you take Ashtanga Yoga in the 6th chapter, whether you take Bhakti Yoga in the 12th chapter, or you take the Jnana Yoga in 5th or in the 13th chapter, everywhere one principle is invariably brought out by the Lord. That Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Because for the disease of the Mamata, the medicine is that of Samata. And what happens? We are unable to appreciate the glory and the greatness of equanimity. Bhagavan Sri Krishna tells in the 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapakecha Panditaha Sama underline Samadarshinaha Ihaiva Taihi Jitaha Sargaha Yesham Samme Sthitam Manaha Nirdosham Hi Samam Brahma Tasmate Brahmani Sthitaha. See? When we understand equanimity as the ultimate spiritual attainment, then alone we will function in the outer world, but our attention will be in the inner world. See, last time I told you there are three types of people. Those who are trying to improve the society, clean the dirt of the society, they are like the sweepers. See? And those who are trying to improve themselves, they are the seekers. And the third category, neither they are helping the society to be improved, nor they are improving themselves. They are the suckers. See, friends. Therefore, it is okay, get involved in the world, do your best, but attention should be on our inner equipoise. And a person who keeps his equipoise intact, Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita that Sarvatha Vartamanopi sa yogi mai vartate. Whatever way he is living in me, in tune with me. Therefore, the path to the goal, the reality is, first we have to define the reality. Reality is that which is beyond all relativity, but expresses through the relativity. So let the divine express through us, in and through all our actions, all our words, all our thoughts. And the technique is this. Jajñarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. After having given this foundation of understanding, then the teacher says, Tasman asaktaha satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Purushaha param apnoti. One attains the ultimate fulfillment in life. Please understand, this is very basic thing. Fulfilling desires is not the purpose of life. We all have spent, if we have to write our autobiography in one sentence, what we will write? In my whole life, I tried to fulfill the desires. Balastavat kridasaktaha, tarunastavat taruniraktaha, vruddhastavat chintasaktaha, parame brahmani kopina raktaha. See? The whole life what we have done is only fulfilling the desires. But did we ever pause? Parikshalokan karmachitan brahmanaha nirvedamayat na asti akritaha krutena tad vijnanartham gurumeva vigachet samitpanihi shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Let us pause in our life and look behind. What we have really achieved in life. See? Karmachitan brahmanaha. And when we look behind, we will come to the conclusion. When we were not in this world, there was nothing lacking. When we will go out of this world, there will be nothing lacking. When we are in this world, we are the most unwanted. But we feel, I am the most important person in this world. See? Last time I told you, there is one friend of mine, Sindhi, old man in Bombay. He came one day. Swamiji, I am your fan. I have been listening to you and I feel you can definitely give me a good answer for my problem. So what is the problem? My problem is I am getting a tremendous fear these days in my mind. And the fear is, I am going to die. So this is natural. I say everybody has that thing. What news? No, my fear is not of that. My fear is when I die, what will happen to my wife? What will happen to my business? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my property? That is my worry. I said, why don't you go and ask this question to those people who are involved? Then what will happen? I said, they will tell you, Papa, we are waiting. Go. You are only thinking what will happen. They are also thinking, ये बुढ़ाऊ जाता क्यों नहीं? See, therefore, friends, let us not get involved unnecessarily in this world. Let us keep the equipoise intact. Tasmat asaktaha san. See, asakta means what? Where there is no asakti. Asakti जा भी सकती है, टिकती नहीं. Asaktaha means you get yourself fully involved and yet reserve your freedom to withdraw in a fraction of moment. Take an example. Suppose you are going down the hill in your car and your car is old Ambassador brand. You know Ambassador car? The car of which every part makes noise except the horn. It's called as Ambassador car. Isn't it? So you are going down by that car down the hill. And when you are going down the hill, that time, what is happening? That you are required to apply a brake. But your car is so great. When you apply a brake, like a tube light, the brake gets applied after 15 minutes. What will happen? LIC will be in loss. Isn't it? In the same manner, we get involved in the world and we refuse to withdraw. See, most of the elderly people who are miserable because they have not invoked their freedom to withdraw from the family matters. You don't know, friend, how much the younger people suffer because we the elders. You don't know. I'll give an example. I am just explaining what is the meaning of asakta. This happened in US. There is one girl whom I knew right from when she was in class 8, 9. Now she is a mother of 2 children. When I met her, she was a mother of 1.5 child. One was out, one was inside. So she came to meet me. Swamiji, now this is my 8th month and I wanted your blessing. I said, okay, we had food and all that and slowly went for a little walk. I want to tell you something and I am very disturbed because of that. I said, okay, we'll go out, walk nicely so that I am also not disturbed. Whatever you talk, it will evaporate in the open sky. Then her problem was, Swamiji, today I gave my mom. I told her, go back to India, I don't want you here. And when I said like that, she started crying and I don't know what I should do. I said, you join with her, Jugalbandi. Easy. Do you know why I said? I said, I don't know, but why should you tell me? It's okay. Who wants to listen to your Ramayana? No, Swamiji, what happened? When she came to USA for helping me in my pregnancy and all that, she started from day one constantly complaining about the daughter-in-law, my brother's wife. One day, second day, third day. How many times will I listen to that? I told her, Mama, you have come here to help me or to torture me. And you are educated. She is a doctorate. She was in a teaching institution. Constantly complaining. One day she said, it came out to my throat. I told Mama, if you are going to talk like this thing again and again, better I book your ticket. Tomorrow you go away. I will suffer individually rather than suffering with you. See, friends. Now tell me, when a child has to tell these words to his or her mother, do you think the child is happy? No. More than the mother, the child suffers that I have to talk this language to my mom. Now why this happens? Asaktaha. We have not invoked our freedom to withdraw. You have already destroyed your life. Now let them destroy their life. They have got every freedom. Isn't it? But we think, but ये हमारे क्या कर्तव्य नहीं क्या कि उनके संस्कार डाले? Let them do their job. You enjoy, na? Why do you suffer? See, my thinking is little different. Those who are lucky, After marriage, they don't get children. They are the luckiest. Those who are little less lucky, they get only sons. Those who are little more less lucky, no, they get only daughters, not sons. Then those who are little less lucky, then they get one daughter, one son. And those who are most unlucky, they get only sons. See? Because the daughters really help the parents before the marriage as well as after the marriage. Watch in your own lives. And those who have got only sons, after a marriage also, that bahu comes. And the children, Papa, we are going for a movie. Look after this. What is this useless? See, friends, reserve your freedom to withdraw from the world and make the best of your life. This is possible only asaktaha. Tasmat asaktaha satatam karyam karma samachara. So like we have duty as a brahmachari, we have duty as a grahastha, so also we have a duty as a vanaprastha, ultimately to get into sannyas. See, friends, tasmat asaktaha satatam karyam karma samachara. But again the word is used samachara. We have to attain perfection in whatever we do. But at the same time, we must have the wisdom to accept the imperfect world around us. Those who are unable to accept the imperfect world around us because they are perfect, they suffer perfectly. Because they are perfectionist. See, friends, samachara and asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. And such a person who is keeping himself occupied, now again I bring the principle, keeping themselves occupied only for time pass. See, you will really get into the right attitude of life. Like I have come here for time pass. I am very sincere. Now if you are also sincere, you have also come here only for time pass, 1-1.25 घंटा ठीक से निकल जाता है. फिर तो घर में जाने के वही सब्जी, वही तमाकू, वही चूना शुरू हो जाता है. See? Now with this attitude, now what is the meaning of time pass? I have no notion that you will improve because of my talk. You have no notion that anybody can change you. See? Where there is professionalism, we are in the management association, is it not? Here everything is professionalism. So all satsangis are professional. A challenge before the Mahatma, try to improve upon us. Many have come and failed, you try. Asangoham, asangoham. You just now told asakta hai acharan karma, we are asakta. You tell, nothing touches us. Narayan. Asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purusha. Now what is the param, what is the ultimate in life? Ultimate in life that you are all the time on the top of the world. See, param, on the top of the world. One person asked me, what is the meaning of on the top of the world? I said, on the top of the world means the world is under your foot. See, if we have any complaint, we are under the burden of the world. Let us try this. We function with zero choice. We function with zero complaints. We function with zero attainment. We function with zero protection. Then alone we have completely surrendered to the divine will. See, friend. Asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. Then why should we do everything perfectly? For time pass. See, the other day I went to somebody's house in Bangalore, very elderly family and very established family of Bangalore. So, after food everything was over, this is Swamiji, this is our puja room, please come and do arti. So we do whatever we are told. We are very obedient. People, nobody listens to us, but we have to listen to everybody. So I went and then Aarti etc. done. And then Swamiji, this is our Swamiji, this is the thing, we are given mantra, we do this. I said, Mama, one principle you remember. All this you are doing, puja, pothi, japa, aarti, naivedya, this all you are doing for your time pass. Like the children, in their childhood, don't they play home? What for they play? Time pass. Do you think they want to achieve anything out of it? In the same manner, in the old age, you already played home and suffered. So, now, instead of home, now you play Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. That's all. And relax and enjoy. Bhagwan, darshan kab doge? Kya karoge darshan leke? Suppose Bhagwan comes and stands. Le photo. What next? See, friends. Please understand, God reveals to us only in one way, and that is unconditioned bliss. Nothing in this world disturbs us. This equanimity is the highest achievement as a seeker. Because nirdosham hi samam brahma. So when you are equanimous, you are happy. Dukkheshu anudvignamana. Sometimes, yes, the bad food comes, you eat and forget about it. Sometimes the good food comes, you eat and forget about that also. See? Many times people ask Swamiji, do you remember me? I said, look here. A person who can forget God, how can he remember human being? Therefore, remain all the time in the present and you are that. There are more thoughts about how do we remain in the present and yet actively busy and all the time in the equipoise of meditation. That we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.